question. Who here has no chance in hell of winning this game?
We were doing the whiteboards and it was like, who is definitely not going to win? And then I was not expecting to see my name so many times, and I was like the majority. And so it was very surprising to me. I'm glad that that was a question that was asked, because now I'm kind of knowing what people are thinking, and I'm trying to think of the way I can use that to my advantage. Because if people don't think I'm going to win, maybe they'll think of me more of an asset. And then if they think of me as an asset, I'll stay around longer, or they'll kick me to the curb sooner. I don't know.
Reveal your answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got it.
247, 214, 236, 227. Congratulations, Maureen.
Well, I won HOH in the fast forward competition last night, which I was not anticipating. So that kind of forced me into making really quick, hard and fast choices last night, and so I just went guns blazing for Ben and Ashley, because I feel like they're big targets for their knowledge of Big Brother and then their knowledge in this house.
By a vote of 5 to 4, Ashley, you've been evicted from the Big Brother Victory House.
Ashley got evicted at the end of the night last night. She was my strongest ally in the house. So a little upset about that, and now feel like there's a bigger target on my back. So I'm definitely going to be fighting today.
Played the wrong strategy. You really did. But yeah, you guys all have to watch your backs, because they're going to start picking you off one by one.
So last night was crazy. We had the fast forward round of Big Brother, and Maureen won HOH, which was awesome. We kept the power in our alliance, and then I won the power of veto, and Ben was like begging for me to use it because Ben and Ashley were on the block, and I don't trust either of those snakes, so I did not, and I kind of like played it up like I didn't know what was going on. I totally know what's going on. And Ashley got her ass out of this house because we couldn't trust her. Even like, if I could trust Ben more than you, you're doing something wrong. So, toodles.
I was not consulted, you know what I mean? Because I didn't want to, you know, and I'm not going to show you my heart when
There is the firing squad, which is myself, Cherie, Maureen, who's my partner, and Nathan.
I feel about Ricky. I mean, Ricky is cool.
The conversation with Nathan has been real from the get-go. So he was at the bed last night, and we were all talking, and he and I are on the same page. Like, we're going after the same targets. We're gonna take each other to the final two.
Yeah.
Carlo's my partner, my secret partner, and so I still don't really know where his head is, other than we're gonna try to get each other as close to jury as possible. After that, I really don't have any other connection with him. But he has Cherie on his side, and Cherie is another strong player, and she was another one to repeat the pattern of getting John out, getting another big target out, and she and I have been on the same page about that. And I'm like, hey, you're knocking out big targets. I'm okay with that. I'll support you with that. So a lot of that was real, how we talked last night, but more so real with Nathan.
It does have 4 players. Do that. No, God, no. Just trouble. That's what you could say double trouble, but then the short of it, so.
Should we not do that? No. Not do that.
No. Just trouble. How do you come on them? I feel like after I did what I did, and I have a huge target on my back now, but I was like, I feel like Ben, because I don't know where his head is either, and that's kind of why I put them up side by side. I was like, they're equal targets in my eyes, and I was like, either way, I'm gonna get rid of someone, and I might as well let the house do the vote. But it was mostly Ashley. You know?
Have you talked to and gotten to know Ben at all?
I've been trying to spend some time with him, but then he's like loner, like going out. And
Ben and I are starting to talk now, and I'm trying to integrate him into my social game and keep tabs on what's going on.
doing that sort of stuff.
He actually thanked me for putting him up there today. He said that was the wake-up call that I needed to get my butt in gear. He was like, he said he was like, I did fall asleep for part of the competition, like part of the game today. So
That's good to know.
yeah, so I
Do
think
we want woken up Ben now?
well,
Yeah, like, who wants to wake up then? Put him back to sleep.
that sounds like a bear, like you like poked the bear. No, but at least maybe, I guess what I mean by that is maybe he's going to be willing to like get to know people who he hasn't gotten to know, and he's not going to be like the loner and just going off and being by himself, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe easier to talk to. I don't know.
Might be lit.
Yeah.
Because I just
Do y'all,
Might be
do y'all
a-
think I should do that like tonight or like first thing tomorrow
For what?
to get talk to him?
I would do that tomorrow because he's linked
he's
up.
asleep, yeah, and
He's
he's
linked up right now.
waking up out of his
Like
sleep.
literally.
Nathan, Cherie, myself, Ricky, and Matt have the Illuminati. And we're about to start taking people out. Well, we've been doing that, but I feel pretty solid with both those alliances. Ben also approached me last night to try and start something up with him and Dustin. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as people don't start talking about me, I think I'm pretty good. I don't think people realize that I've been behind the scenes of a lot of evictions, and I pretty much got to deal with everyone in the house to at least get me to the final 5 or 6.
So we came up with our alliance name. Maureen and I are the Secret Service, and we are
Can't use
part
my
of
hands.
the larger alliance of the Firing Squad.
Taking people out one by one.
I mean, you saw
I
last
couldn't
night.
believe
You saw last
Ben-
night 5 to 4.
4, Ashley 5, and I was like,
Ben's going for him. Ben,
he told you?
Well, Ben is gunning for Dustin, possibly Josh.
I was about to say
So-
Dustin's next on my list
So,
too,
so I feel like all these fringe people are going after other fringe people,
which is great.
which is exactly what we want. So,
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
yep, as long as we can keep like deflecting the target onto them and
Absolutely.
off of us, and we will be
Yeah.
golden until the final 4.
You know, there's a few people in the house I trust, but I just feel like now that a few of the targets are gone, that there's a bigger chance that I'm going to be put up today. So, yeah. I'm a little nervous about the boy vets that are left. I would say out of Dustin, Josh, and Carlo, I trust Carlo the most. I'm not quite sure where Dustin or Josh's head is, so I would not be totally shocked if one of them put me on the block.
And is there anyone that if they want HOH, you would feel almost 100% safe? That you'd say, I know that they wouldn't put me up, but really tight.
I would probably feel pretty safe with Maureen, Matt, and Nathan, I would say. And Ben. I would say out of those 4, I would feel pretty confident that I'm not going to be nominated.
How would you sum up yesterday?
Crazy and like a bloodbath. It was, I mean, like from the get-go, it was like knock out big targets, and the fact that people stepped up to the plate to do that is, I think, pretty unheard of. And so I think it's going to create a lot of tension in today too. After last night, I could easily see myself as a big target now. Like, I thought I was doing a pretty good social game and relating with a lot of people and kind of moving around and hearing a lot of good things. Then I saw my name on a lot of lists, and I was like 4th or 5th. So a lot of the people who are above me have already been taken out. So I could easily see myself now as a big target in a way because of my social game, and because of what I was able to do with the whiteboard challenge last night. I feel like I set myself up that I was really intuitive, and that's kind of what I've been trying to hide this whole time, is the fact that I do pay attention to how people are acting and make a lot of connections, and my mental health background helps me to do that.
I am ready to get an HOH because it's been really pissing me off that I've been coming so close and not winning HOH so far.
But you're saying you don't need to win one.
That's
so,
true,
like,
but at the same time,
to...
like, I still want it. You know, like, it's
Yeah.
that ego thing.
Yeah.
If I were to win it, I mean, right now, Marie is an easy out. The only thing is, she's so sweet. She's almost become like Christian in that it might be hard to sit next to her on the block. But I think the house is pretty united on going after her next. You ain't seen nothing yet. My days ain't numbered. I'm gonna be here tomorrow.
I don't know. If Dustin or Ben were to get HOH, probably I would be concerned about that. Because, I mean, Dustin, we were sitting on the porch yesterday, and he said something that'll stick with me. He was talking about his game and how it's primarily social down here, physical in the middle, and then mental on top. So that makes me think he's doing a lot of the same thing I'm doing, which is combining the mental and social together and integrating them to my advantage. And then if there's a physical comp, just doing the best I can. So, I don't know what his background is. I don't know what he's doing otherwise. But I think he sees me as a threat, which I had not anticipated. And I feel like I was higher on his list than I would have thought. So that's why I'm thinking we should go after him, and I should be worried.
So this just happened right outside the building. We were talking to Ree, and we're like, so Ree, you can stick with us, like we're good. And she's like, well, I just don't know who I can trust. And I'm like,
you can trust us.
Trust us.
We're great. Trust us.
Like we've been trying to protect you in this game, but
you were in our 5.
She's out of the 5 though. She's out.
She's out.
She's like, her head's like, if she doesn't feel like she can trust us, we've given her our loyalty.
Yeah,
that's gone.
No,
she's out.
She's either going to be a pawn, which we discussed, or she's going to help us.
I mean,
get
we're feeding her very little information right now. We're playing it up like we're still protecting her. We're not.
Absolutely.
We don't give a fuck if she goes.
Good morning, house guests.
Good morning.
How's everyone doing?
Lovely.
How was last night? Yesterday, you made it through day 1. It was pretty tense, right?
Yes.
Pretty stressful. Yeah. Well, I congratulate you all. It's a hard thing to do to get through the first day. So, are we ready to play the next head of household competition?
Yeah.
All right. This competition, sorry, Maureen is outgoing head of household. You will not be eligible to play. This competition is called Ally Betray, and here's how it works. 2 at a time, you will anonymously, somewhat, face off over here. And so, for example, I'm gonna be, if I was a house guest, I'd be standing over here on the left with the partition beside me. Stacy would come up on the right with the partition there. We would both vote to either ally or betray the other person. You will know who you're going up against. Here's how the points work. If you both betray, it's -1 point. If you both ally, it's +2 points. If you ally and betray, the person who betrayed earns 3 points. The person who allied loses 2 points. The house guest with the most points at the end of the entire competition will be the new head of household. So everyone's gonna face off against every other person. So what we're gonna do is one person's gonna just stay on this side, and we'll rotate out these people over here. Josh, you're up first. Please come to the left. Ready to talk scores?
No. Can we just
Join us. The lowest score, and the person who is not the new head of household, with -3 points, is Reed. Second lowest score, with -2 points, is Dustin. Next, with 1 point, Matthew. With 3 points, Josh. With 5 points, Sheree. And 5 points. Next, with 7 points, 2 people with 7 points, Ricky and Nathan. I'm sorry, not the house. Who did I miss? Raise your hands. Carlo and Ben. Congratulations, you both are the head of households for this round. So you both had the highest scores. Ben, you had the highest score with 11 points. Carlo, you had 9 points. This is how this round will work. It's a double eviction round. Carlo and Ben will both make 2 nominations each, and then 1 person from each set of those nominations will be leaving the Big Brother house. Nominations are in 45 minutes. Any questions?
And I needed to win the next HOH, and I finally did. It took how many seasons? And Carlo won as well, which was fantastic.
I would like to think that I am safe for being nominated.
I still have Ben as my secret partner, and they might have figured it out, but I don't know.
I have no intention of you and that you are part of the reason why I'm still here, so I have no reason to go after you.
What I think the targets are, I'll use the book block and help you get them out. It's going to be more important this round than ever, so we talked targets. I think we talked targets a little bit, so like.
Maureen.
Hey, Josh.
Welcome to your next Big Brother Power Veto Challenge. This Power Veto is called Big Brother Babies, and here's how it works. So behind me, when we enter the garage, there will be 6 photos lined up. Those 6 photos are face morph photos of your house guests and what their babies might look like if they had babies. Your job is to match the correct names to the correct house guest then. So the person who gets the most correct answers in the least amount of time will win the Power Veto.
God, that is one ugly baby.
Susan.
Hi.
Welcome to your next Power Veto competition. This one is called Big Brother Babies. Here's how it
Am I
works.
making babies?
Actually, you are. That's part of the Summer of Secrets. The Summer of Secrets is that you have an illegitimate child in there, and it's with someone in the house, maybe even more than one person.
Oh my
because
gosh.
you're gonna.
This is nerve-wracking. Because I feel like I know them, but now that I'm out here, I'm like, shoot, do I really know them that well?
Okay. So when you enter the garage, your time will start when you get to the list of names on the far end, on the left. With 8 correct and a time of 5 minutes and 10 seconds, Ben, you did not win the power of veto. With a total of 8 right in 3 minutes and 52 seconds, Josh, you have won the power of veto. I'd like to congratulate you, Josh. But first, since there are 2 sets of nominees, there are 2 power veto winners. So 2 people took themselves off the block. And I will go through those as well. Carlo, with 6 correct, your time was 8 minutes and 31 seconds. You did not win power of veto. Bree, you had a time of 7 minutes and 35 seconds, one of the longest of the bunch. However, you got all 14 answers correct.
Whoa!
And you have won the power of veto.
Wow! The veto ceremony will take place in 20 minutes. This is the veto ceremony. Ben, as HOH, has nominated Josh and Maureen for eviction. Carlo, as his dual HOH, has nominated Bree and Susan for eviction. However, Bree and Josh have both won the power of veto. And Bree, you will start deciding Bree and Susan. So, Susan, please tell Bree why you believe Bree should use the power of veto on you.
I thought that was a really good answer. Yeah, let's see. So, I mean, I'm already completely honest. I know you're going to use on yourself. I already think that that's I mean, I respect that. Like anybody who brings the power of veto is up on the block, of course you're going to use it on yourself. And I respect that. So I know that's your decision. But if by some chance you decide to use it on me, that would be awesome. Because like I really like being here and like playing the games and like, you know, getting to know everyone. I've had an awesome time, and but I respect your decision to keep it. And and
Thank you,
say whatever
Susan.
you want.
Ree, please make your decision now.
Unfortunately, you're right. And I'm going to use myself.
Alright, Ree, you can have a seat. Now,
You can hand it to Josh.
Ben, as HOH, has nominated Josh and Maureen. At this time, Maureen, please tell Josh why you believe he should use the power veto on you.
I respect the heck out of you, and I know you're not going to use it on me, and that's personal decisions, and I respect that. And I'm just excited to get put in the best. And yeah, all of them. Good.
Thank you, Maureen. Josh, please make your decision.
I am going to use the power veto on myself. Sorry, Maureen.
Thank you. Now, Carlo and Ben, one of each of your nominees have been vetoed from the block. We are giving Carlo the first decision since Ree had the fastest time.
Okay. Sorry.
Now, Ben, please make your replacement nominee. All right. The vote for eviction will take place in 55 minutes.
Who will be evicted from the Big Brother Victory House? Maureen or Nathan? And Ricky or Susan? Find out next time on Big Brother Victory House.